Yo, yo, yo. What's good? How y'all boys doing? Welcome to day 12 of the No Cut One Take Challenge. Um, yeah, boys. I feel like I low key missed the day. I don't feel like it. I low key did miss a day, and it was mainly because yesterday was super busy. But luckily, when I started this challenge, I had made the video before day one, and it uploaded that video on day one. So even though I technically missed a day, I didn't really miss a day, if that makes sense, because I recorded the videos a day prior. So now it just kind of puts more pressure on me that I have to record and upload a video each day. So, well, I did that anyways, but whatever. But yeah, today was cool. I did a hike with some of my good friends, and it was probably one of the most treacherous hikes I've done, only because it was freaking pouring, and it was like an uphill waterfall hike. But I got some cool pics, got some cool content out of it. But most importantly, I had good experience with two of my good friends. So if you're on YouTube and you don't know about my Instagram, at homegrown.visuals, is where you'll be able to see some of that content. But regardless, I've felt real proud of the past 2 weeks. Feel like I'm leveling up in terms of the content, business side of my my photography. I did a wedding last week and a pretty big conference this week, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of experience under my belt, and I'm super proud of that. Kind of took a leap of faith into my business. About oh wow, it's about 4 months ago when I quit my job. Actually, 3.5, because I quit it at the end of January. I was a photographer on a boat or on a cruise, and I was like, bro, you know what? I want to do my own thing, and eventually down the line, I want to own my own business and have entrepreneurial adventure or expenditures. I said that word in a couple videos ago, and I was like, bro, that is not right. So I looked it up. Expenditures. That's the word. But yeah, I wanted to get myself prepared for that down the line by actually doing it now with something, that's as small, on a smaller scale as my photography business, which is something I've grown from ground zero. So yeah, I'm pretty blessed right now. My biggest, I was reflecting on it today, and my biggest gigs have been actually within the church. I think it's two things. One, because obviously God is blessing me, and I can only thank Him for the opportunities He's presenting me. But two is the church is actually my biggest community that I'm in right now, or I'm biggest in the church community, because that's some of my only community out here in Hawaii. I kind of started, and I obviously intend to stay in the church community as much as possible, because obviously I want to, focus on sowing into the kingdom, and being with like-minded individuals who are pursuing Christ. So on top of that, I wanted to talk about a certain thing that's been on my mind, and I think, well, it regards like the fact that I feel like most people confuse wishing and wanting with pursuing in terms of goals and their success. It's easy nowadays to be a guy we'll just say like any guy, who tries to get that certain mindset. And I'm not saying this, to like try to call anybody out or call a certain type of person out, but I feel like it's easier nowadays to feel like you're doing something by just acquiring a mindset and focusing your like Instagram feed on inspirational stuff and flooding yourself with that and creating this dream in your head. But like I said, wishing and wanting is not pursuing. And I think for me, I was definitely in that position, and maybe at times still am. But pursuing what you want requires action. And so pursuing is active, wishing and wanting is stagnant, I guess you could say. Reaching for, your desires, the level of success you want is active and you're moving constantly towards it. While in this case that I use of the Instagram feed, wishing and wanting is just swiping and being like, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be. But you're not actually doing anything. You're just daydreaming, essentially. And now that I talk about this more and more, like, yes, that is me at times. Like, I am a victim. If nobody else is a victim of doom scrolling, I am. And it's something that I'm trying to be more aware of, and try to change. And I'm actively trying to just basically, not do that as much. But I hope you could understand, whoever's watching this, that yes, that is pretty hard to not do at times. But yeah, on terms of what I was talking about, like reaching and moving towards the goal shortens over time the distance between you and the desired objective, of you setting out on that path towards that. And so I think that's very important. I'm gonna constantly kind of harp this, but like you have to like actually put action forward, and you have to put yourself out there to be able to like learn through those experiences. And although it's a gradual process over time, like there's no telling that like you could make these exponential steps along the way. There's a book that I have, it's called U Squared, and I don't know if anybody who's watching this is familiar with quantum physics, but quantum physics basically, in a very simplified, dumbed down version, is a form of reality that allows for exponential leaps. And in terms of like people and their growth as people, it's always been like the way to go is like step by step, 1% better every day. Like you get better by levels, right? Although when you're constantly being told to think that certain way, or where society has kind of grafted you to think that way, then that's all that's gonna be there for you. But if you open your mind to something bigger, and to a bigger picture, and to and to a different reality, that you don't have to go 1%, but you could go like 2% here, and then 1%, and then 10%. And like I said, it's a very simplified version, but if you think that you could do that you could make exponential leaps instead of just gradual steps, then there's no telling that you can't do that. And if you feed yourself, and if you rewire your brain to thinking that you could do more than you really you could do way more than you could possibly think or imagine, then that just opens the door to more. If you guys can track what I'm saying, and I hope you guys can track what I'm saying. But in terms of wishing and wanting with no action, from my point of view, the way I see wishing and like a person who just wishes and wants, like they're just trying to go through the steps to get to where they want without thinking, hey, I could just go forward now, I could put action forward now and eventually make that huge leap and pass all these other guys who are also trying to just get 1% better. And I say all this to say that you could still aim to, at the very least, be 1% better every day. It's all about how you shape your reality. And I'm not trying to push this upon you. I'm just simply trying to explain an observation that I have. And I think videos like this is where I would love conversation in the comments between people who watch this and maybe agree or disagree or have different opinions. But this is the fun thing about YouTube and making these videos, is that my opinion is out there for anybody to come and debate or shed light or even add to it, because I'm confident that there's other people who have their opinion and their perspective on this. So that's what this is all about. But anyways, I appreciate y'all boys. We're at about 12 minutes now, so that's gonna wrap it up for day 12. But I'll catch y'all later, boys. Peace.